YouTube? How are you? Where you been? What's going on? It's been a whole week. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, I'm so tired. I am literally, I'm exhausted. Whew. It's been a really, really, really hectic week. As you can tell, I'm doing my plain Jane today because Mama wasn't feeling it. So, love me or hate me, this is what you get. Yeah, so the week was super busy. The weekend was just insane. Literally, the Prince and I worked in the Purrincess garden all weekend long, like manual hard labor. I'm not kidding. Like, you know, I hate to admit I think we're getting too old for this. But yeah, it was rough. So we had our backfill and all that done, and we needed to at least try to get some grass seed down because we want to make sure that the dirt doesn't move and it doesn't erode away and things of that nature. We've got some elevation issues and all of that. So we purchased the seed, which I think I'm going to do a time-lapse vlog on that because there's a lot of reviews out there and a few conflicting. So we purchased the Zenith Zoya grass. I'll put the link below. We bought it down from Amazon. I'll put that link there. The seed is not cheap, people. I'm not going to lie. Like, dang it. I mean, it's expensive, so it better work. So supposedly this Zoya or Zoysia, however it is that you want to pronounce it. I say Zoya, the Prince says Zoysia, tomato, whatever. It is a Korean grass, and it's a warm weather grass, and it's supposed to, I mean, just put Bermuda in its place, right? It's supposed to be really super thick, chokes out all the weeds, super drought tolerant, it's very green, it's got all the lovelies with it, right? And a different texture than Bermuda. The only issue is apparently starting it from seed can be tricky. We followed the instructions exactly. Now, I would say probably a good 90% of the reviews, and I'll be honest, I don't know about you guys, but when you go and read reviews, do you go straight to the good reviews or do you go straight to the bad ones? I usually read 1 or 2 good reviews and then I go straight to the bad ones because I want to know both sides. It's just the way that it is. Any product that doesn't have a bad review, I'm gone because it's crap. I'm sorry. You can't please everybody all the time. It's just the way that it is. So if you ever come across something that has 0 bad reviews, like I don't trust it. I don't trust it. So there were a few bad reviews. The bad reviews all said the same exact thing. You know, I bought the seed, it's expensive. It is, I'll tell you right now, it was 2 pounds of seed, and it is 100% seed. There is no mulch, there's nothing. They're tiny bags, they're like this big. It's small. It's $80 for a 2-pound bag. That will cover 2,000 square feet if you're reseeding a lawn. New lawn, it'll do half of that. So we had to buy 2 bags. So that's $156 and some change. We'll round up, say $157 for seed, which I'm okay spending as long as we get some out of it. But the bad reviews were literally, I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. Nothing happened. I followed the directions to the T. We got squat. So that makes me a little nervous. So I think what we're going to do, the Prince got some more drone shots the day that we were working. Well, I'm going to say the 2 days because we worked both days. Literally Saturday and Sunday. I was up in the yard probably between 9 and 11. Actually, it was more around 9. And I think the Prince got out there between 11 and 1. Both days. We worked till like 9:30. Both days, Saturday and Sunday. I don't think Saturday and Sunday we had dinner before 10 o'clock. I mean, they were long days, really long days, working our guts out to make sure that this project turns out well, which, you know, hey, I mean, it's kind of part of it. Like, you need to be willing to put in the work if you want really nice things. I mean, that's just part of it, right? So at the end of this, when it's all said and done, you know, we can sit back, or me, because that's the kind of person I am, and go, wow, look what I did. That's amazing. And enjoy the fruits of my labor. So I think I'm going to have him do some time-lapse videos, and we'll do like an ongoing review of the Zoya and just see how it works for us. So that was kind of the big thing that we did all weekend long. But then we had emergencies. Boy, let me tell you, for not having any kittens till right before Easter. I told you it was going to make up for it. We had some really serious emergencies this weekend, like really big and bad. I will probably do an actual video on it to show you the kids and things of that nature. I've got another one. So let me kind of quickly tell you the story. Betty Gravel, which is the person that runs Dixie Day. She's an absolute angel. I love this woman to death. That's why I rescue for her. She's just fabulous. A sweet lady named Teresa, and I'm sorry I don't have her last name. I just don't remember it because I'm exhausted, people. Sorry. I have kitten brain, and I'm just, you know, sleep deprived, and it's been rough the last few days. But this sweet lady named Teresa found this kitten, this cat, this mama cat, on the side of the road. Okay, she had just given birth to 4 kittens. They were still wet. She scoops the mom up and calls Betty in a panic. There's something still hanging out of her. I don't know what's going on. What do I do? I'm really scared. She couldn't afford to take her to the vet. So, you know, messages get passed back and forth. I have no idea what's going on because I'm in the yard. I don't have my phone out there. You know, it's hot. I don't take my phone out there. This was like, I don't know, 8:30. I think I came in, 8:30, 8:45. Betty, Angie, and a couple other people had been trying to get a hold of me for like a couple of hours desperately. They had figured out that this poor cat, she's a beautiful blue, basically had birthed her uterus. Her uterus was hanging out of her body. Like, yeah, okay, I didn't know that could happen. I've never seen that. And apparently, neither had the vet. Okay, so we now have an emergency issue. We have 4 babies and a mother that needs emergency surgery. So they're panicking, trying to get a hold of me to see if I can take the 4 babies while mom goes to emergency, has emergency surgery, and then put them back together when mom can. I finally get the message. And, you know, of course, at this point, I don't know what's going on. All I know is that they need me to take 4 newborns, literally that were born hours prior, for a couple of days. And that mom needed emergency surgery. Well, of course, absolutely, yes, I'll take them. To which Betty is, hallelujah, praise Jesus. They knew it. It was just their point. They weren't able to get a hold of me. So I have them bring me the kids because I'm just exhausted. There's no way I'm driving. Yeah, these guys are really tiny. Literally had been born hours before. We had, I believe, 3 boys and 1 girl. We had 1 gray and 3 gray tabbies. I had to mark the 3 gray tabbies with white nail polish, 1 on the head, 1 on the ear, and 1 on the foot because I couldn't tell them apart. Right, so I get them and they latch great the first feeding. I'm so excited. I did do a video on that, so we'll put that in the kitten video that we're going to do for them. They all latched great. I was super happy. Wonderful. Not going to have any problems. Keep the kids for a couple of days. Just keep them warm, keep them fed. We're good. Next feeding, they do pretty good. And then all of a sudden, the little one with the mark on her head just decides she doesn't want to latch anymore and she doesn't want to eat. This happens 2 feedings in a row. So now I'm kind of panicking. And now I've got little toe boy. He's now deciding that he doesn't want to eat. Long story short, I need to get a hold of my kitten goddess, Maddie, and said, hey, look, these kids literally were born yesterday. I got 2 now that are really refusing to eat, basically. Said basically again, damn it. I need to find another word. Why don't you guys, somewhere in the comments below, give me another word that I can use other than basically, okay? Give me another word. We'll start using that one. Because, like, I need to start biting my tongue every time I use that word. It makes me cringe now. Sorry. Anyway, so they're not eating. And I said, hey, what do you think? Should I tube them? Which is terrifying for any kitten. But we're talking ones that aren't even 24 hours old now. The answer was yes. You need to tube feed them because at that age they gotta eat, gotta get some food in them. So I end up tube feeding these three. We're up to three. The one blue that's in the mix is the only one that is eating at this point. So tube them all day long, which I cannot tell you how stressful that is. Like, it just makes me want to vomit. I'm not kidding you. It really makes me want to throw up. It is so nerve-wracking. Not for the faint of heart. It is absolutely nerve-wracking. So they get a hold of me. Again, they start blowing up my phone. I'm at work. I've got patients, so I can't answer my phone. They took her down to Chattanooga the first night. And Chattanooga Emergency wanted $2,800. Okay, look it, man, Dixie doesn't have $2,800. Like, we don't have that kind of funds. We don't have that kind of money. So she asked them to keep her overnight and give her supportive care. They would come and get her in the morning, which would be Monday, and take her to the vet in Cleveland and hope and pray that he could take care of her and manage it. So that happens. They take Mom, get her to the Cleveland vet, and boy did we all get a shock. We got a shock. So she had delivered her entire uterus, both points actually out. They ended up having to actually amputate her uterus, which is now hanging out of her lady bits, okay? And then they had to open her up to put the rest of the stuff back in and put it back where it belongs, obviously fix her at the same time. But the surprise that we got was they found another kitten. Yeah, guys. Found another kitten. They had to work really hard to bring that kitten back. But they did. I just don't know what to say about that. I didn't quite understand the messages when Betty texted me back and said, hey, look, we need to pick up the 4 kittens. The vet said he wants those kittens back with the mother ASAP. I'm like, cool, no problem. You're just going to have to wait till I get off work because I'm working. You know, unless you want to have somebody come up here to Athens pick them up, you know, I'll drop them off when I get home. And it was something about, will you take the other kitten? Well, I had no idea what they were talking about. And I'm like, sure, I'll take whatever. Sure, I'll take the other kitten. You know, they just want you to see, you know, what it's like and do whatever it's best. And I had no clue what they were talking about. They literally meant they birthed another kitten. That cat sat in emergency all night long with her uterus hanging out of her body and still had a kitten in there. And that kitten survived. I've named her Grace because it's by the grace of God that baby lived. Now, she's not out of the woods. I do have her. She's tiny. She weighed about 80 grams. The reason I have her is because the woman that has the mama cat, which, by the way, purred the entire time with the amount of pain that poor thing was in. She was loving and she purred and she was just so sweet. It's just pitiful what these things can put up with and still be loving, right? They couldn't get her to nurse. They couldn't get her to latch. They couldn't get her to nurse. So I said, sure, I'll take her. Why not? I hand over my 4. Take 1. See, this is the kitten math. I keep telling you guys. Kitten math is crazy math. It's like core math, like Common Core. It doesn't make any sense. I think that's where they got Common Core math from. It's from kitten math. Probably. Anyway, so I dropped my 4 off. I'm concerned about the one that has the mark on her head because she just was not doing well. When I handed her over, she was actually getting very cold, which freaked me out. I was not happy about having to hand her over. I got message later on that night that all the babies were nursing, and they showed me a picture with mom, so that made me feel better, even the one with the mark on the head. So I was feeling better. I had some things that I had to do. Wasn't able to get the baby to latch while I was in town. I hate having to do, feedings when we're not at home. It's a little more difficult. So when we got home, I heated up some more formula, put her in a good position, had her on a heating pad, so she really liked that. She was very quiet when I got her, which is fine. She looked good, but she was just quiet. She was good and warm, but she just was quiet. She wasn't lethargic or anything. We get her home, and I warm up the formula again. She's one likes that formula really warm, which is fine. I'll make it as warm as they want. Second time around trying to feed, we were able to get a latch. So I was really excited. Yeah, she ate pretty good, considering the condition that she was in and what she'd gone through. She's latched pretty good since. Trying to feed her on an every 2-hour schedule. She's not real keen on every 2 hours. It's a little soon for her. At this point, I'm not trying to push the food in. If she'll latch, she'll latch. So we're about every 2.5 hours, somewhere in there, give or take, and she's hungry and wants to eat. So that's what we're doing. I think I'm going to try to keep her for at least a couple of days and just make sure that she's got her strength up a little bit. If she continues to latch, then we're going to try to get her back with mom. That's where she needs to be. Mom is way better at doing this. I say it all the time. Mom is way better than I am. And I would much rather prefer for her to be there. She's really tiny. She was pretty weak. So I just want to make sure that she's got some strength back to her. The thing that we have to worry about when they're this tiny and they're that fragile, and again, considering what she's been through, sometimes they get too weak and they can't nurse. They can't because they just don't have the energy. That's where tube feeding comes in. I really don't want to tube feed this kid. I don't want to do it. I really don't, and I won't do it unless I have absolutely no other choice. It just, it's so rough. It's so rough. So literally, we work all weekend long. Sunday is the day that I get these kittens, y'all, Sunday. So I'm already exhausted, and I now have to get up every 2 hours to feed those little bitties, which did. Monday, I was dragging butt so bad it wasn't even funny. I needed toothpicks to keep my eyes open. I was like, okay, well, they're gonna go back to mom. I can get a good night's sleep. No, that didn't happen either because we took the other one. So I'm still pretty tired. I was out watering the Purrincess garden at 10 o'clock last night because at Zoya you have to keep it moist, and they say to water it 2 to 3 times a day. So we were out at 10 o'clock last night watering it. I was back out this morning watering again before I leave. I literally have to get up an hour early now before work to go out and water that because it has to be watered. If you don't water it, it's not going to work. So I'm tired, you guys. I need a nap, which I'm not going to get. But, hey, it is what it is. Because saving itty bitty kitties is what I do. That's my motto. Cheers to y'all. Definitely need some caffeine, but I can't have it. All right, so I have a lot of stuff I got to do today. I have a couple of other outsourced jobs that need me. So I've got a couple of those things that I've got to get to work on today for my accountant. He has a few jobs that he would like me to do for him, so I'm going to do those things. So I got a lot of research I got to do today. So it's going to be busy. Definitely no nap time for me for sure. Oh, I don't know where I get the energy, but I do. All right, so geez, we're 19 minutes in. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll cut this video off. I have a couple more videos that I need to make and start getting some of them over because I think I posted all my videos. All right, guys, you know the rules. Till I see you next time, stay safe, get enough sleep, stay clean, and have a perfect day. Bye.